Hello, Virgos, and welcome to your reading, your weekly reading for May 17th through the 23rd. You can also check out your rising, also known as ascending sign, and moon to get a clearer picture, more specific to your chart. So you'll all have different charts. So look for your moon and rising or ascending. I've pulled some oracle cards and I'm going to pull an archetype card for you. And we'll get going here for the week of May 17th for Virgo. So let's see what we got here. We have regeneration, autumnal equinox release, Shungite, detox your life, and secrets. Let's see what we get with the archetype. And we have the underworld. Oh boy. So that's kind of like your shadow self dealing with some of your darker aspects, your the things we all have within that we are working on that might be holding us back in some way, and those kinds of things. So we'll get back to that as we go along. We're going to look at this secrets card here. That's the number 43 card in the, oh, I'm going brain dead here, mystical oracle. Let's see, number 43, secrets, magic, mystery, and hidden thoughts. Girl on a stool is tall enough to reach the moon. She holds a ring of keys in her hand. One of them will fit in the keyhole in the moon's surface. This card tells us about personal secrets, hidden thoughts, and ideas one keeps in their mind. Nobody is able to look inside your head unless you invite them to. You have the power to decide how much of your thoughts you want to share with others. A little mystery helps keep the magic alive. Well, we all have thoughts we don't share with anyone. They're just our own private thoughts, and they belong to us, and they don't need to be shared. You don't have to share every thought that we ever have. So that's just showing you that you give that key and you let people in as you see fit. Okay, some of those secrets could be what we have here with this card, the underworld, which is some of those darker, shadowy aspects of ourself. So we have regeneration here for you, Virgo, with the Wisdom Oracle, number 46 card there. I'm going to look into that. So, I mean, you look at that and you see that tree growing out of that, what looks like lava. It's rebirth, second chances, and new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. So, like I was saying, you're coming up out of that. It's this darker energy, this lava, and that's where you feel like you failed, or something didn't work out, and now you're growing from that into this beautiful tree with the pretty blue colors. It's stretching up into the night sky with the stars and growing all these new leaves. It's in a growing process. It's not completely grown yet, but it is growing into that new life. So from that underworld, from that to that new life. We have autumnal equinox, which is a releasing. I'm going to say that's releasing things, detoxing your life with the shungite. So, autumnal equinox release. Let's see what that one has to say for Virgo for May 17th through the 23rd. It's now is the time to let anything in your life fall away that is no longer useful or needed for the emerging expression of who you are. Allow yourself to gradually shed what has become burdensome and no longer congruent with your soul's purpose. Conserve your energy by allowing yourself more rest while at the same time making preparations for the winter season. This is metaphorically, of course. Look especially at your material possessions and be brutally honest with yourself as you discern which of these can be given away or somehow released. Consider shedding relationships that have served their purpose and are no longer viable, as well as work or a job that has become devoid of interest and passion. With release comes a sense of being much lighter, just like the trees that openly bear their nakedness once their leaves have departed and give room for whatever new life is ready to birth, following a period of quiet and gestation. So let go of whatever has outlived its purposefulness and trust that something else will take its place. Well, that is the same message, basically, in both of these cards from two separate oracles. We're releasing, we're letting go. Things you thought you wanted, you didn't. Maybe they served their purpose at the time, but now it's time to release them, let them go and give birth to something new. This is shedding of all the old things that no longer serve us, and that's detoxing our life with the shungite. So we're releasing, we're letting go, we're doing some of that shadow work here with the underworld. We're going down in there and we're getting rid of, we're being honest with ourselves. We're getting rid of some old habits that might have been holding us back, old relationships, old jobs, old friends that no longer are really friends. That it's not that anybody's bad here, it's just that it's not purposeful for you anymore, it's not working anymore, and it's time to move on from that. So, I'm going to pull some tarot cards now, and we'll see what we get with the tarot for Virgo. So Spirit, I call upon Spirit, I call upon my guides, I call upon my ancestors. Messages for Virgo for May 17th through the 23rd. Messages for Virgo. Okay. We've got the Seven of Cups. That's a lot of decisions and a lot of options and being confused as to which way to go. Too many choices, not sure which way to go. And you got the Queen of Cups, and that's dealing with your heart and your emotions. So maybe you've had a lot of different emotions. You've been dealing with Virgo, and you're just kind of unsure right now. And that's why you're needing to do that inner work and look and see what it is you need to release and what you have to focus on to grow and regenerate, and what you need to let go of and detox your life from. So let's get another clarifier for that. We're still working. This is the Eight of Pentacles. We're working on that. We're working and discovering what it is we want to release and let go. This is also about, for some of you, just working hard and creating something or working hard to become more prosperous in your life. Okay, so thinking of ways to do that. We're going to clarify some more, pick some more tarot cards here. And see how this all comes together. We have 7 of Wands, Judgment, and 7 of Swords. So something might not be clear. Page of Wands. Got a wake-up call here. You've got triumph over it. Something here. 6 of Wands. You've got that Judgment card. You've got that 8. Let me see this card here. Your 7 of Wands. So this is you standing your ground. You've been having to stand up for yourself. You've maybe had some challenges or some opposition or competition or whatever. Something that, coming up against you, like that energy, that when you feel like that energy is coming up against you, but you've risen above it, you're rising above it, and you're still standing up above it. And you're on the higher ground and you have the upper hand in the situation. So take solace in that. You have the upper hand, and then here you have new ideas and starting something new, perhaps some of you, and you're triumphant over these challenges here. You also you have that 7 of Swords, which can be someone not being above board with you, not being completely honest with you. And that's something you might be waking up to as well. I'm going to clarify that some more too as we go along. Let's see what that's about. I'm getting some kind of complicated energies here. Says the reading. Sometimes the readings just flow, and sometimes they don't, because there's a lot of complicated energies going on here. And I'm seeing that with you guys, Virgos. You've got that out in the cold feeling, that wandering around. They look like beggars. They look like they're impoverished, and they're in the snow. But this is a church building or some kind of spiritual building. It's got that stained glass window, and that's where the hope is in that card. Inside of there is warmth and food and love and caring. So keep your hope up if you're feeling that worried or lack, or feeling like you're having some kind of financial difficulties, or just kind of concerned and feeling like you're not getting ahead or out in the cold, really. Stay hopeful, because you have this triumph card here. You're going to overcome that and be victorious, and stay confident and strong and positive as much as you can, because you're working on detoxing your life and regenerating, letting a lot of this go. So some of that is going to be some of that that belief in that lack. We can get there. We can feel like we don't deserve anything, or we just feel like we haven't had it, so we're never going to have it, that kind of thing. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to. You have to keep working at it over here. Okay? And you still have that releasing to do. And that's probably something you need to release, that doubt and that anxiety and that fear of not getting ahead, not moving forward. You have to believe and have hope in the future, and work towards your goals. Set goals and work towards them. It's not easy. It's going to take time. I mean, I see some hiccups here, but see, you got the devil here, and that goes with that. Underground card. That's your shadow. That's your dealing with some shadow stuff, feeling bound, feeling unable to move forward. Some of you, it's addiction, and it can be addiction to anything. The devil card. It can be about you being bound and to addictive behaviors or thoughts or ways of thinking or being and feeling that are they're not true. You can break free from this easily. You can just move you can pull these chains right off of yourself. That's what's so interesting about this devil card is it's a belief that you're bound to it. But you really could free yourself if you get your mind set on doing that. And you are, because you're doing that releasing, you're doing that detoxing, you're working on it. Those shadow aspects of yourself. You're going to regenerate here, Virgo. You're working towards that. Okay, let's see if we can clarify that some more. Yeah, look, see, you got pain. Things causing you pain that you're feeling like you can't break free of. And it's causing you pain. Toxic energies, toxic relationships, toxicity from being in a job you hate. Just being around people that are bringing you down. I mean, it's all sorts of things. And again, you could have some bad, habits that you need to start to work on and heal and overcome. I'm going to keep going and clarify that some more there. These things might be coming to a head in this week. And then you have the Chariot. You're going to move fast action, fast movement away. I think you're going to decide to move away from these toxic things. And that's why you have this student guide here and this release and this regeneration. This is showing me you're going to do that hard work, Virgos, to get in there and go underneath and see what you need to release, what you need to detoxify from yourself. And then you're going to regenerate with that regeneration energy there. And it's going to be, you've got some fast moving energies here in the Chariot, and you also make a decision and take a direction. So I think you're going to pull out of some of that during this period of time, May. You've already been aware of these things, Virgo. It's not all happening in 1 week's time, of course. These are ongoing energies, and you don't regenerate, like I said, overnight. It's still growth. See, there's some of that friction there, competition, inner battles, other people sticking their nose in. They're giving you their opinions or unasked for advice I'm getting for some of you. We still have that Seven of Swords I want to check. So what's that about? You might not be being completely honest with yourself at this point either, or someone else isn't. Okay, someone trying to get away with things or not become clean, not give you their full attention and their truth. And here's the Knight of Cups. So that's someone that's an emotional situation for you. And it could be a lover or someone you're in a relationship with who's not being exactly upfront with, or the two of you aren't being honest about your feelings or something of that nature. So there's some stuff here needs to get cleared away, Virgo. That's for sure. Some things need to get cleared away. And this is where I want to say you need to look at your rising and your moon to get a clearer picture of that too. Well, I'm going to continue to clarify here. Yeah, strength. You're very strong, Virgo. You've been very strong through this, is what I'm wanting to say. You've been very strong and patient, and you are using your quiet strength to tame those wild beasts within. This is a spiritual strength, a mental strength, an emotional strength. You're just being very strong, but you're doing that work, Virgo. You're doing that work on yourself, is what I'm getting. You're having an awakening with that hangman. You're looking at things from a different perspective, and you've got a new beginning coming here. So, your reading, Virgo, is all about doing that shadow work, looking within. How are you self-sabotaging? Are you closing off your heart? Are you, there's all sorts of things that this could entail. Some of you, it's addictive behaviors or thinking obsessive thoughts, feeling bound, believing you're bound to something. You've got some inner conflict, outer conflicts. And over here, you've got all this emotional stuff going on that you're not, just a lot of mixed up emotions about something. I think some of you, it has to do with relationship. Doesn't mean that it's, for everybody, but I think it is or it's affecting relationship, but you have that awakening here with the judgment. So you're using good judgment here, and you're going to awaken from this. These people are rising up from those graves, what looks like graves from the dead, and they're coming alive again. They're resurrecting. They're waking up to something new. Just like this regeneration over here, where that tree's growing up out of the ashes, out of that lava, out of that fire. So we're going deep, Virgo, which doesn't surprise me about a Virgo, does it? We're going deep. Let me move this camera a little bit. Yeah, let's see if we can see that better. We're going to choose who we tell our secrets to, who we let in to our business, to our heart, to our thoughts. We have the key in our control, and we decide who we let in. And so I want to say be careful who you let into. Some of you, don't go telling everybody all your business. Some people just use that against you. There are people like that. And you might have some of those people you're dealing with, because you have that Seven of Swords, and you have this Five of Wands, and so, but you're triumphing over that. You're going to be triumphant over that, and get your passion, renewed passion for something more positive, hopeful, strong. So we're going to deal with all this stuff, Virgo. We're working it out. We're regenerating. We're going to start new. We have new ideas. We're going to start new things that'll lead to some more prosperity and abundance for us. And we're just going to release, like those leaves on that tree. We may need a rest period before we come fully to this regeneration, but that's where we're heading. That's where we're going. We're detoxifying our life. We've come to that epiphany with that judgment card, that we need to do that, because these things have been causing us pain, and we're tired of that, and we're going to move forward with that chariot. We're going to choose to move in the direction of regeneration, of detoxing ourself, our life, from our own bad habits and challenging behaviors and beliefs we've been holding on to, and knowing we deserve better, knowing we deserve to be happy, because we do, right, Virgos? So I'm going to try another spirit. That's another message for Virgos. Just close this out. What do we need to know? It's important. So Virgo, you're just working on yourself. I see you coming up, working on yourself. And look, the last card I'm picking is your Three of Cups, and that's that celebration. I also like to look at this card sometimes as as your spirit guides, guiding you, you're listening, you're celebrating for you, they're there with you, and you're listening to them. And that's why you're doing this detoxing. Also, this is just you with your tribe of people, those people that believe in you and have your back and give you support, and they will be here to support you through this. And but really, you could just be going out and having a celebration also, but I think it's much deeper than that for most of you, because it's pretty heavy duty reading for Virgo this week. um, I just think you've come into an awareness, and you know you need to release some things, detox, let go, and like those people who are your tribe, those are the ones who have the key. You know, those are the ones who you can share some things with, and they will be there for you, and they will have your back. It might just be one person, but it's just the people who, your kindred spirits, your friends who will be there to support you in some way through this period of releasing and regenerating and detoxing. So looks like you're doing some work on yourself this week, Virgo. You've come to this awareness, and now you're doing the hard work we all have to do at times in our lives to release, let go, but you're going to have reason to celebrate. You've got this card here too with the triumphant. You're triumphant over this. You're going to come through this triumphantly and move in a new direction with that chariot and with this regeneration and releasing and detoxing. So it's going to lead to something brand new for you. Okay, Virgo. So it's that hard inner work you're doing, but you're doing it. So you're strong and courageous in doing that. That takes a lot of courage to do. You have this epiphany here where you're just coming into this enlightenment about this. And so you are going to do it, and you're going to be fine and wonderful. And if you have some Shug Knight, get some and carry that with you, and do meditations and things when you're doing your detoxing meditations or releasing rituals or meditations. Use some of that shungite in your process. Okay, I'm going to leave it there with you, Virgo. Looks good. Looks like a lot of new beginnings rising up out of that underworld into that light with that regeneration. So you're moving forward, Virgo. Keep going. Be hopeful. Be strong. And just be loving and kind to yourself and gentle with yourself. You're on the right track. You're moving in the right direction. So take care of yourselves and be blessed.